What can we learn about Jesus and his authority from a herd of self-destructive swine? That's what we're going to look at today on Scripture that makes a difference. It's not hard to see resistance to authority in our media today. President Trump sending federal agents into cities to quell riots and protests happening on every continent, regardless of what side you're on or what side you're the closest to. Those events must be alarming. But even more so for the men and women involved in those confrontations on an experiential level. How would we deal with it? How would we react to the heated resistance and the intentional provocation? Hopefully, these men and women are well trained and rehearsed in dealing with the attempts to get them to take the first punch. And hopefully, they're prepared for the confrontation in ways you and I will never have to know about. But it raises the question, what do we do when our authority is challenged? Many parents dread the day their teenagers first challenge their instructions. Many employers are uncomfortable giving unpopular direction to union employees. Teachers in some schools rarely have a day go by when a student doesn't challenge their authority. No one understands the feeling of having your authority challenged like Jesus. Being God, he experienced every rebellion and violation keenly. During his time on earth, the social leaders, the Pharisees, challenged his authority regularly. So Jesus knows what it feels like to have your authority challenged. And he knows how to deal with it. And we can discover these secrets in this passage. So this is a scripture that makes a difference. In Matthew 28 through 34, Jesus has finally made it across the Sea of Galilee to be met by two men under demon control. They came out of the tombs, apparently the only shelter available because they were too violent to be in human company, and they cried out to Jesus, "What have you to do with us, O Son of God? Have you come to torment us before the time?" And the demons began to beg him, saying, "If you cast us out, send us away into the herd of pigs." Speaking about a large herd of pigs that were nearby, grazing by the Sea of Galilee. I suspect this was their attempt to hide from Jesus, intending to re-oppress these men when Jesus left the area. But Jesus said, "Go." And so the demons did. They went into the pigs, and the pigs instantly ran down the steep embankment into the water and drowned. This may have been caused by the demons. If that's the case, this would show the destructive intent of demons when they enter a person's life. But why would they lose the benefit they had sought from Jesus, trying not to be cast out of the area? This also may have been caused by the pigs. They simply chose to run down the hill and destroy themselves. And if this is the case, then that shows the undesirable nature of living in those conditions. Either way, the herdsmen saw it happen and ran off. Some believe in fear and some believe in excitement. And when they did, they went into the village and told what had happened. Again, possibly in fear, but also possibly in excitement. Notice Matthew specifies that they told the villagers about the two men, not the pigs. Now, many commentators seem to miss that. The entire village comes out and then begs him to leave. Most assume it's because they were concerned about the possible financial loss if Jesus was to repeat the miracle again. But it's possible that this is related to seeing the ex-demon-possessed men in their right minds talking to Jesus. Fear of that kind of authority and how it might be used against them next may have motivated them to ask Jesus to leave. Whatever the case, again, Jesus in chapter 9, verse 1, simply gets into the boat, crossed the lake, and came to his own city. He went back where he started. Now, don't miss this. Both the demons and the villagers resisted Jesus. With the demons, he apparently altered his demand to go into the abyss for torture and let them enter the pigs. They, the pigs, self-destructed, and the demons were left disembodied. But then the villagers resisted his staying in their area, possibly fearing further use of his authority. In this case, he acquiesced to their request and left them to their own devices. Notice Jesus controlled his own authority depending on the situation. With the demons, he expressed power, and with the villagers, he gave in. And that example makes a difference for us today. The demons were dangerous to the men they possessed. If Jesus had not acted aggressively, the damage would have been much worse. He listened to their request and, knowing the result would be the same, granted it. But the villagers resisted for a much more human reason. They didn't understand. Jesus wasn't there to punish the pagans, as so many of the Jews would have preferred. He wasn't there to destroy their economy. He was there to invite them into his kingdom. But they rejected his offer, as any human has the right to do, to his own laws. So, when our authority is challenged, ask, will pushing this issue make things better or worse? Who will be injured by my reaction? Who will be helped? Will I be more like Jesus to walk away, find a compromise, or to confront the one resisting? And if we learn the lesson of the self-destructive pigs, then this is Scripture that makes a difference for us today. This video is adapted from the messages of Sonrise Fellowship, where we believe Scripture makes a difference. If you like this content and would like more, click the subscribe button on our YouTube page and click the bell so you can get notified when I post new material. Or you can follow us on our Facebook page. I've included the relative links below. And when you share this message on your favorite social media, you help get the difference-making scriptures to others. Also, I'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions or comments, include them in the comments on our Facebook or YouTube page. Your feedback will help improve our content. If you live anywhere near Enid, Oklahoma, we'd love to meet you. Our location is also on our Facebook page. And I hope you'll come back again and hear more Scripture that makes a difference.